They said giants no longer walked the earth. They said the blood of Goliath had vanished with time. But history has a way of hiding its monsters and its miracles. Somewhere in the dust of forgotten lands, a woman was born, half legend, half fury. Her name lost, her story buried, her strength undeniable. She was the daughter of the fallen giant, the offspring of defiance itself. They called her cursed, unnatural, too strong for a woman, too proud for a slave. Yet in her veins ran the wrath of 1,000 storms. She was chained, but never conquered. She bowed, but never broke. Her master thought chains could tame her. He thought cruelty could erase her fire. He mocked her sighs, her power, her silence. But in that silence, something ancient stirred. The same pulse that drove her father to face kings now thundered in her chest. Every insult became a spark. Every strike became a prophecy. And one day, the prophecy came alive. The giant's daughter rose from the shadows. Her hands, scarred from toil, became instruments of divine vengeance. Imagine the scene. Moonlight slicing through the dark, her shadow towering above him. The same man who once laughed at her trembling form now begged for mercy. But there was no mercy left in her. There was only justice, the kind that speaks through trembling earth and cracking bone. With her bare hands, she fulfilled an ancient echo of her lineage. The skull that mocked her was crushed like clay in the palms of the forgotten. And in that moment, she was free. Not by law, not by pardon, but by power. By her own hands, she broke her curse. And the world, once again, remembered that giants do not die, they rise through their daughters. Oh, church, do you hear me tonight? This is not just a tale of violence, it's a sermon of awakening. A reminder that chains may hold your body but not your spirit. That silence is not surrender. That the oppressed can still roar. That buried strength still breathes beneath your scars. Because somewhere inside you, there may still live the daughter of Goliath. You may be beaten, bound, and forgotten, but your blood remembers. The enemy that underestimated you will one day tremble before you. The same hands that were made to serve can one day deliver justice. Don't you know, strength runs in your spirit, even if the world tries to shrink you down to fit its comfort zones. Even if your history was rewritten by those who feared your power. Even if they call you too loud, too bold, too much. Because too much is exactly what it takes to crush oppression. Too much is what breaks the chains of history. And too much is what she was, too much woman for the world that enslaved her. She was born from the line of a fallen warrior. But she rose as the proof that divine vengeance can wear the face of mercy. That God can raise deliverance from the very bloodline of defeat. Now listen, her story is not in the scriptures, but her echo is in every soul that refuses to die. Every mother who fought back. Every woman who rose after being struck down. Every voice that was silenced and still found a way to shout. Every slave that broke their master's chain not with violence, but with faith. The spirit of the giant's daughter lives in those who will not bow. She is the sermon of defiance wrapped in flesh. She is the whisper of justice when the world turns away. She is the shadow of victory when hope looks impossible. And her hands, oh, her hands, still tremble with the memory of freedom. What kind of world buries stories like hers? A world afraid of women who remember their strength. A world afraid of slaves who refuse to stay slaves. A world afraid of bloodlines that carry fire instead of fear. But her silence ends tonight. Because her story is not a myth, it's a mirror. A reflection of what happens. When the broken remember they were never truly broken. When the forgotten realize heaven never forgot their name. When the oppressed discover they were born with the strength to crush their chains. This is not just her victory, it's yours too. So rise, child of storms. Stand tall though the world calls you strange. Grip your faith like she gripped that skull. Because the same power that burned in her veins still burns in yours. The same spirit that gave her strength to break her bondage now calls your name. You are not weak. You are not small. You are the echo of a forgotten giant, the living vengeance of divine justice. And the time will come when the world will see your scars and know that the giant's daughter still lives. That the hand of the oppressed still holds the power to crush evil. So let them say giants are gone. Let them laugh at your dreams, your voice, your power. For they laughed at her too, until her silence became thunder. And in that thunder, her chains shattered. In that thunder, Her master fell. In that thunder, history trembled and freedom was born again. She was a slave no more. She was a prophecy fulfilled. She was power in the shape of a woman. And her story will not die as long as there's one soul left who refuses to bow.